Welcome to 4C Visions. I'm your host, R.V. Hight, Director of Communications at Central Carolina Community College. Today, it's my honor to have two co-workers and two of my very good friends with us today. In this edition of 4C Visions, it is my pleasure to welcome Amanda Carter, Central Carolina Community College's Director of Distance Education. Amanda, who is originally from Sanford, is a CCCC graduate and transferred to East Carolina University for her bachelor's degree in information technology. She also received her master's degree from ECU in vocational education with a concentration in information technology. Amanda has been working at CCCC full-time since September 2004. Amanda, welcome to 4C Visions.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, Amanda, please share with our audience about your duties as Director of Distance Education.
Absolutely. So as Director of Distance Education, I basically oversee Blackboard, which is our learning management system, and I take care of a lot of our online programs, technology, making sure students have the support they need when they're taking classes, both online, web-assisted, and hybrid. So I also help train faculty on the new technology that we bring online, so it's really an exciting job.
I'm sure it is. Well, how popular is distance education, both at CCCC and for colleges in general?
It's actually amazing how popular it's gotten. Probably over the past decade, I've seen a real increase with especially working adults and families that have children that still want to be able to be at home. And so we've seen a marked increase with online, and especially even for those that are going to maybe want to get a full-time job but still go after that bachelor or master's degree.
Well, how has instructional technology changed from the time you were a student at CCCC?
Oh my goodness, it's been a lot. I was a student in the early 2000s, and we used to have the VHS tapes for the classes, for the correspondence classes, and now we're beginning to release something called Blackboard Collaborate, which is web conferencing, where students can stream or on their mobile phones participate. So it's been a huge shift. No longer do students have to mail in their homework. They can email it. So we've definitely made a huge leap with the technology, for sure.
Well, if there's any students out there who may be considering regular education versus distance education, what are the advantages of taking courses via distance education?
There are lots of advantages. Personally, I can speak to being able to have a full-time job and still wanting to pursue a bachelor's degree and a master's, and I did that online through ECU, but I did the associate in arts here at the college. And so an advantage for me was I was able to work and still do my homework in the evenings and on the weekends. And so I was able to get that experience, which when you're out in the workforce getting a job, they're asking for 2 or 3 years of experience, and I had that thanks to doing distance education. And others are seeing similar pieces. Another advantage is also being able to be at home with family, especially people with young children who don't want to have to travel and miss those evenings. They're able to put the kids to bed and feed them and do all of that, but then after hours they can do their homework and still become what they want to do and pursue their dreams.
Well, what kinds of distance education offerings are available at CCCC?
We have 3 main types of offerings. Those include online courses, which are fully through Blackboard or the publisher websites. We also have a blended option, which means that students would be here on campus for parts of the class, and then they do online for the remaining. And then we also have video conference classes, which right now include being able to take a class on one site and then being able to actually beam it to the other sites. And so students in Harnett and Chatham have been able to take some classes that normally would not have made here on the Lee campus at theirs, and so they just connect across. And soon we hope to be offering some via Collaborate as well.
Oh, that's exciting.
It is.
Well, what advice would you give to someone who may be considering distance education as an option?
I would definitely make sure that you're ready for it. The biggest part that I've noticed is the students that aren't prepared. There's a lot of myths out there that distance education is easier, and it's not. A lot of the times the distance courses take longer. I always say plan for time and a half because you have to work to teach yourself the material and learn the material because you're not going to class. But then you also have to schedule time for your homework. And so that's one of the big things is, you know, be ready for time management, and just to be dedicated and have the motivation is definitely ways to get ready.
What are some of the top questions that you get from potential students who may be considering?
Definitely questions about if we offer the program that they're interested in, and if there are options where they're located. So if they're part of our service area or just outside of the service area, what can we offer them? And so definitely, it's definitely programmatic. We also get questions from employees and from staff and students who are interested in taking classes and transferring them to other universities, or taking them during the summer to transfer back. And so we get a lot of questions about which of our classes can be taken at a lower tuition, but then transfer back to their home university.
Is that situation readily available where students can take classes from other schools here at CCCC, say in the summer?
Absolutely. Through the articulation agreement that we have with the UNC system, we're able to offer a lot of the courses to transfer. So a lot of you can ask advisors here on campus or admissions, and they can just make sure that those courses happen, and you take them in the summer and you don't have to pay full tuition, you're paying community college, and that's a big cost savings.
It certainly is. Well, if someone would like further information about distance education, who do they need to contact, and how can our audience learn more about the opportunities available through distance education at CCCC?
Well, they're welcome to contact us in distance education. We're available online at www.cccc.edu/DE. And then we also have a departmental phone number of 919-718-7529. And then always email is easy to reach us at de@cccc.edu.
Well, Amanda, what has it been like to have been a CCCC student and now you're Director of Distance Education at your alma mater?
It's been kind of surreal. I really enjoyed being a student here. I really enjoyed the culture, the people, my teachers, and so the opportunity to be able to give back and then help, you know, new students pursue their dreams like I did, and have been able to achieve, you know, furthering my education. That it doesn't always have to end at the community college level, and just, you know, I think it's just a special experience, and I enjoy it.
Well, what do you think makes CCCC such a special school?
I think it's definitely the people and the culture. The faculty and the staff are some of the most passionate people about, you know, student success and caring about making sure that we remove barriers where we can so that students can succeed. And, you know, you don't get that everywhere. You're not a number. I think that was the biggest complaint I hear from students, is they feel like they're a number at other schools, and here we definitely care about each one, and I think that's very special.
Well, not to tell my age, but I can tell you that I've known Amanda since she was a small child, and she's been a lifelong friend, she and her family, and I'm certainly proud of all of your accomplishments that you've had here at CCCC. Amanda, let's go over one more time.
Sure.
If someone wants to get further information about distance education, what do they need to do?
Absolutely. They can reach out to us. Our website is www.cccc.edu/DE. They can call us at 919-718-7529, or they're welcome to email us at de@cccc.edu.
Excellent. Well, Amanda, thank you for your service to CCCC, and we will return to 4C Visions after these messages.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you?
You know you do.
Yeah,
But I don't know where to start.
that's why we're here. We're free, handsome,
I think we're breathtaking.
and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Biology homework, G. I got this. Is that Bran? Colleges love extracurricular activities.
Chess really isn't my thing.
I got this. Doesn't matter. Go ahead. Picking a college, man. You and us. We go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos.
Fire and ice.
Those don't really go together.
Go to getschool.com for more info.
And then from this angle, it all makes a star.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore.
Show up
And frustration, a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy, and giving up impossible.
And then we're gonna turn the lights and everybody look up.
I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought.
Find me one.
what's your reaction gonna be? Yeah, exactly.
And unconventional methods
Okay, what else?
common.
Little tadpoles, frogs, spiders, this is their world.
There's nothing.
And then they die. Go ahead, go, go, go.
I'm a teacher. I make more.
Listen to me. I am captain of the track team. And if I'm late,
She doesn't really think she's going to get out of here, does she?
Be nice. She's new.
Hello, is anyone there? Ugh!
Wow. Even from our standards, you look awful.
Oh, sweetie, what happened?
Me? My friend Becky got to talk to this super cute boy, and I tried to act like I wasn't jealous, but I so totally was. And then out of nowhere, this concrete barrier just popped up. Maybe it was a semi.
You mean you were driving?
Yeah. I mean, I know the whole eyes on the road thing, but this was a super important text. Maybe you have to know, Becky.
Texting? Great.
But it was only like 5 seconds, and I'm a really, really fast texter, so it wasn't even a big deal. Actually, has she texted me back yet? Wow, I get like no bars in this place. I wonder if they have Wi-Fi here.
Well, welcome back to 4C Visions. I'm R.V. Hight, Director of Communications at Central Carolina Community College. And today, it is my pleasure to welcome not only a great coworker, but a wonderful friend, Morgan Steele, Central Carolina Community College's Director of Web and Creative Strategy. Morgan is a 2006 graduate of the University of North Carolina at Greensboro and has been at CCCC since 2006. He has won national and regional awards from the National Council for Marketing and Public Relations, including recognition for mobile application, logo design, promotion campaign for a special event, online newsletter, and others. Morgan was the college's nominee for the North Carolina Community College System's 2015 Staff Member of the Year Award. Well, Morgan, welcome to 4C Visions.
Well, thank you, RV. I appreciate you having me on your final show of your third season. Tell me, I heard a rumor that they asked you to do the late show after Jay Leno left. Is that true?
That is true, only if you will come on as a guest.
Okay, we can make that work.
All right, sounds good. Morgan, please share with our audience about your duties as Director of Web and Creative Strategy.
Well, as Director of Web and Creative Strategies, I get a lot of abilities and options and time to spend towards coming up with great ideas for the students and how to engage the students and mainly kind of inform them of what all we do here at the college. We have so many services and so many things going on that, you know, it's really hard to make sure that everybody understands what all is going on.
Well, the web page is often a person's first view of the college and its offerings. How do you view the importance of the web page or for any institution or business other than CCCC?
Well, I mean, you said it there. I mean, I think it's a very important thing. You know, oftentimes it's the first line of defense, or not the first line of defense, but it's the first thing that folks see when they come to the college. It's often the piece that tells them more about us than almost anything. So I mean, I think it goes almost without saying that it's extremely important, especially in a marketing world where people don't necessarily want to see paper items or don't necessarily want to hold them with them, they can bring it back up, you know, and they may be standing on the, you know, they may be on the passenger seat of the car or standing in between classes and they want to know more about a certain subject. So being able to pull up that web page real quick on their phone, it makes all the difference in the world.
Well, one of the fun things that you've been able to do here at the college is to redesign the college's website. What went into your planning and thoughts when you redesigned it?
So I think when you redesign, your number one step is to look at your clients and figure out, and for us that's our students. So we really looked at our students and focused on what they needed, what they didn't have, what we could offer better. We really focused on the terminology that we were trying to use. In fact, we ended up doing multiple surveys, multiple focus groups, multiple things of that nature just to try to get feedback from everybody. And as we came up with different mock-ups or different previews for the website, we went back to them again and said, is this working, is this not working, that kind of a thing. So I think really focusing on your students and your client and trying to figure out what their needs are is the most important thing when redeveloping a website.
Well, what tips do you have for someone who may be considering either beginning a website or redesigning a website?
Well, again, I'd start with number one, what is your client? What are their needs? What are they trying to do? That's a key point. What are they trying to do? I know that, you know, if you think about it from like a hospital standpoint, right? Most of the time when people are coming to that web page, they're not happy. Things are not going well. They're just trying to find out critical information very fast. So you really need to have that consideration for that customer and make sure that their needs are being met and make sure they're being met as fast as possible. For the college, we have a little trouble because we have so many clients out there, so many different folks that we're trying to reach, that it can be a little hard, but that's why constantly going back and reviewing what we've got going on and stuff is a key part of that.
Well, Morgan, logos can also play an important role for a college or any organization. You were involved in the creation of the colorful CCCC logo, which has a distinctive look. What went into the creation of the college's logo?
So I think the logo is almost a reversal of what I kind of said about the web pages, because for me, when you're thinking about the logo, you really want to focus on the message you're trying to send, who we are, who we're trying to define ourselves as. And that's the message you want to put, and you really need to focus on that message so that you can make sure that your logo stands up strong and says, this is who we are, this is what we represent. When we changed over from, some folks may remember the 3 triangles that we had before. The message or the feeling that most people had with that was that we were a trade school and we were a technical college. And while that's a lot of what we do, that wasn't necessarily the message we wanted to send, because there's a lot more that we do than just that. So we felt like it was time to rebrand. And when we did, I think what we came up with is a much more engaging logo that to me speaks a little bit more about the different nuances of what all we can do here at the college.
Well, marketing and promotion entails various aspects. What role does social media play, and how important is social media in CCCC's marketing efforts?
So, social media for us I've been here for about 10 years. In the last 10 years, it's become much more important for what we do here. And I think chief among that, we engage with it every day. I don't think we're perfect about it, but I think that we're constantly trying different things and constantly trying to use it in different ways to market programs and market different things that we do here at the college. And I think that, you know, it is a key part of it. But, you know, we're still trying to master what that exact avenue or method is, you know?
Well, share with our audience about some of your other responsibilities, including production of the web, graphic, and multimedia projects.
Well, as my mother would say, I water the plants and anything else they want me to do around here, which is true. I think for marketing, as you know, you're in the department with me, we end up doing a lot of off-the-wall things, you know, and some things we do every year. So we look at billboards every year, we do flyers every year, but you know, you never know when somebody's going to come in and need a map that's specific about something, or you know, a short video or anything along those lines. So it's really great because it gives me the opportunity to be creative in multiple different ways. And, you know, working with a great team that can help out with that is a must. And we have it here at the college.
And I must tell you, as a former newspaper editor who came into college about 4 years ago, the marketing department here is really a hard-working group, but a group that likes to have a lot of fun. Morgan, you might want to share some about our department and the cast of characters that we have.
The cast of characters that we have. So we're very fortunate. We're a little bit reserved, or a little bit removed from the campus, so we have a little bit more freedom in our office. But we're just kind of the quirky irregulars that don't fit anywhere. So RV works with me. We have a boss. We have a graphic designer. You know, and we're very happy to be able to shut that door and be creative as much as possible. And you know, some of that creativity involves adding different bodies to people's faces that work here at the college, or photoshopping folks into weird situations. Just anything like that to kind of keep our minds and our juices flowing and keep that creativity going.
Well, Morgan, you have been at the college since 2004. What stands out in your mind as to some of the major changes that have occurred at the college?
Wow, we've been through quite a few changes, both physically, you know, as far as the campus goes. We're about to open some new buildings, which is going to be fantastic. But I think we've gone through a big cultural change here at the college as well. I've noticed that in the years that I've been here, we've really gone from much more of a college shotgun approach where it doesn't really make much sense, I think, to a much more student-focused, learning first method of trying to reach the students. We really focusing on taking the terminology that we know as folks in the education, you know, industry, and trying to soften that and make it more appealable and more approachable to students that may not know those key terms that we use, that jargon, that lingo that we use in the education industry. So I think, you know, a big focus of the college has been changing all that and really trying to make it easier for folks to find what they're looking for.
Well, Morgan, you and Amanda, our previous guest, are both graduates of Lee County High School. How does it feel to have graduated from a school right across the street from where you work? Is it kind of like almost being in high school again, other than the work itself?
Is it almost like, it is, you've got bullies like this guy, so it's just like high school. No, it's a little different. There's a lot of freedom over here, but I think there is a connection between what the high school is trying to do and what we're trying to do, and I think it works out well, you know? Yeah. I think it works out well.
Well, Morgan, you were CCCC's 2015 Staff Person of the Year. That must have been an especially gratifying thing.
It was. It definitely was. I was very humbled and very honored that my colleagues felt the desire to make me Employee of the Year. And it's always nice to feel that recognition and know that you are doing something that other folks think is very useful.
Well, Morgan, I know that since you've been here for such a long time, you have a great opinion about what makes CCCC such a special place.
Yeah, I do. I think what makes CC so amazing is the folks. I mean, not only, like I said, the folks in our department are absolutely fantastic. I can't imagine a better team to work with. But I see that everywhere around the college. I see that in our advisors. I see that even in our president. I see it everywhere that those folks are just trying to do the best they can and help the students find exactly what they need. And I think that's a big part of what makes CCCC such an amazing place.
Well, I couldn't agree with you more, and it's been a great third season here on 4C Visions. And Morgan, we're glad that you and Amanda could be with us here for this season-ending show. So, Morgan, thank you for your service to Central Carolina Community College, and thank you, viewers, for being with us on 4C Visions.